Hello, how's it going? This is Doug Reynolds. I'm a Sacramento area realtor and I'm just going live. I am a little bit, just want to try this out, see if anyone pops on. I'm going to chat for a little while here, mostly talking about just kind of buyers, what they should be doing in the market right now. And if anyone pops on, you got questions, I'd be happy to answer any questions. Otherwise, I'm just going to talk for 5, 10 minutes talking about Sacramento real estate, specifically kind of buyers and what's going on in the market and everything. So I've been selling real estate in Sacramento for 19, almost 20 years now. So I've seen a lot of different markets. Obviously, we're just coming out of the COVID craziness market and interest rates shot up. The market's been quite slow the last couple of years. Before COVID, we had a pretty normal, pretty balanced market. Before that, I was around when all the short sales, foreclosures were going on. I mean, I was selling houses to investors for $60,000 in 2008, 9, and 10. So I've been around, I've seen a lot of different markets. This one right now is a pretty interesting market. And we're going to kind of talk about a couple of things here. All right. Oh, rode the e-bike to the office today. So got a little helmet hair. All right. If you are a buyer in the Sacramento area, and you're kind of thinking about getting into the market, or you're looking right now, or you're just sort of starting the process and everything, a couple of things I definitely recommend. I got a friend of mine. He's very well known in the real estate community in Sacramento. His name is Ryan Lundquist. He's an appraiser, but he runs an incredible blog that talks about Sacramento real estate. So, number one, if you're thinking about buying real estate or you're just curious what's going on in the market as a buyer right now, you need to go on his website. I believe it's sacramentoappraisalblog.com. Ryan Lundquist. Subscribe to his blog. It's invaluable information every week. He posts once a week. Okay. You can get them into your email, read them. If you're just getting started, go back and read the last couple of months worth of blog posts. You are going to be so much more knowledgeable than any of your friends or coworkers or relatives are by just reading that. Okay. People think they know what's going on in the market, but they have no clue. They watch a little bit of national news and they hear a little few things here and there, but that has nothing to do with what's going on right now in locally Sacramento. Okay. So that is a number one resource. Absolutely get on that. Okay. Secondly, I think you need to find a real estate agent that is going to be the right fit for you. There's tons of real estate agents out there, thousands of real estates. Okay. And you've got great resources available. You can check out, search on YouTube, do a Google search. You can obviously go on Zillow and read through reviews of people, or go on their Google business page and check out their reviews. If you're looking for somebody that's specifically just in one area or neighborhood or something, then that's an option that's available. You can do research and find that. Or there's all kinds of, every agent has a different kind of way of doing business. A lot of my business comes by referral. I try to really pour into my past clients and really make sure they have a good experience so that they can then feel comfortable referring me to their clients. And I try to create a community. I do client events. I like to continue to stay involved in everyone's lives after the close of escrow, checking in with them, seeing how things are going, giving them valuable information after. And so find the agent that's going to be the right personality, the right fit for you. But ultimately, I think in this market right now, you need someone that's experienced. So whether it's me or someone else, someone that's experienced, that's seen the ups and downs of a market, not somebody that just jumped in a few years ago when COVID, when everything was going crazy. You didn't have to know what the heck you were doing when there was 10, 20 offers on every property. Stuff was just closing, and it was closing fast. Nowadays, it's a wrestling match to get an offer accepted, to navigate through the escrow process, and to make it all the way to the finish line. It is a process for sure. So you need someone that's experienced, that's been there, done that, seen markets be different at different times, buyer's markets, seller markets. They've got the experience of that. They know how to negotiate. They know how to navigate you through the process. They understand the ins and outs of kind of insurance and guiding you that way. Insurance is pretty wild right now. Okay. I didn't even have a note on that, but insurance, if you are thinking about buying in the Sacramento market, or gosh, anywhere in California right now, you need to take insurance very seriously. I would recommend talking to at least 3 insurance agents and getting information from them. I would even get the ball rolling before you came on the market, or before you even started looking for a home or found a home. Definitely get a couple of insurance agents that you could trust and are knowledgeable and know what the heck's going on, because insurance is wild right now. One company, they might be saying one thing about insurance coverage, and then the next month they might have a different policy on it. It's crazy how wild insurance is right now. So be prepared as a buyer to be ready to really get your hands in on the insurance aspect of home ownership. You need to find out, is it in a flood area? Are you looking in somewhere where there's high fire risk? Are you going to have to go on the FAIR plan? Or can you get private, insurance? You're gonna have to make a decision as to whether you want earthquake insurance. In Sacramento, it's kind of a toss-up. Some people have it, some people don't. Obviously, parts of Southern California or the Bay Area, yeah, pretty much everyone's gonna have it. But Sacramento, there's a little more unique. So you're gonna have to make decisions about all those types of things. High deductible, low deductible, what does the premium cover, all that stuff. So I would recommend getting knowledgeable about the market. Ryan Lundquist's blog is great. Get knowledgeable about insurance. Definitely want to talk to a couple of different insurance agents, and find an experienced real estate agent that knows what the heck they're doing. They've been through a market like this. They can stay calm. Okay. I tell my wife, part of my job is being kind of a therapist and a counselor for my clients. They're on these emotional roller coasters, and I'm trying to stay kind of steady Eddie through the whole process so that they see me staying calm, and it helps them when they're up here and down here. They go, oh, Doug's calm right now. Like, okay, maybe this isn't so bad. Like, let's just take a deep breath here. Okay. Um, Additionally, okay, so when you find a good real estate agent, typically, if someone that's been in the business a long time, they're going to have a really good lender relationship to refer you to. They're going to have 1, 2, or 3 really good lenders for you to get pre-approved with. I really recommend that if you do a good job of picking your real estate agent and you truly trust that real estate agent, you should also be willing to be able to trust the lender recommendations that they're providing as well too, because typically that relationship between your agent and your lender is very important. And if they don't have a whole lot of, they've never met each other, they don't know each other, anything like that, it can be a little bit troublesome. It's not impossible, okay? But it does make some stuff not go as smoothly in a transaction. So typically, a really good real estate agent is going to have some really good lenders. Most of my buyers, when they come to me, I refer them to my top lender, and probably 90% of my clients work with the top lender that I refer them to. The only reason I would recommend somebody is because they know they're going to do an amazing job. They're really good at what they do, and they're going to make the process really smooth for everyone involved. Okay. That's why I'd be recommending somebody. I don't get anything from it other than just knowing my clients are going to get taken care of in the process. Okay. Yeah, just a couple of stories to share as far as buyers in this market right now. Shooting this in kind of the middle part of September, and we had a really slow summer for sure in Sacramento in the real estate market. And let's talk about, I had a list. So right now, man, it's either properties sell right away because they're priced incredibly well. They show really good. They're dialed in. They've got updates. They're good properties, and they got good marketing and everything. If you have that formula, even though the market's slow right now, even though there's not a lot of buyers, even though there's a lot of listings to compete with right now, if you have that formula, you can still get your house sold within the first week, maybe with 2 or 3 offers, even possibly. Okay. So I recently just closed the deal. I was representing the seller. I explained the market to him. We went over everything. He did all the little things I recommended him to do around the house, and the house was looking good. And we really worked together on having the right pricing strategy. And so we priced it right. I had great marketing for it. And we ended up getting 2 offers. I think it was like 4 or 5 days on the market. Okay. You don't hear about that much right now, but it's out there. It does happen. Okay. And because we priced it right. And so those buyers, they competed with each other, and it actually nudged up a little bit over the list price. We went and we had a pretty smooth escrow. They I always recommend my sellers do inspections before coming on the market, but they did some additional ones as well too. They found a few little things. It was an older home, and so we did do a small little renegotiation, nothing too major. Sellers need to understand in this market right now that you might need to be doing a little bit of negotiation. So I coached them through that, and we had a great sale. But those buyers, if they had been thinking going into this market that all houses are just been sitting on the market, all sellers are just completely desperate, I'm going to just lowball everybody and they're going to be, just accepting any offer that's out there. That's not quite the case for every single property. They had to compete. It was priced really well and it went above list price. Okay. Now let's shift gears to another story. I'm representing some buyers right now. We're going to be closing escrow hopefully next week. And they were interested in a property that had been on the market for, I think it was about 60 or 70 days. They started high. There's a few kind of things around the property that are, they should have put a little bit of attention into here or to there. It's a nice looking property, but a few little things where it's just like, man, they were just a little lazy on cleaning it up, or a little paint here or there, or little things around the edges just to kind of dial it in. And so I think with that higher price, along with those small little things, buyers just were not interested in the house. And so it sat on the market for a long time. They lowered the price. It sat on the market still. And eventually, my clients, we came around, they're like, yeah, we really like this property. I said, I think there's some room here. And looking at the comps, I'm talking with the other agent. So we ended up writing an offer for lower than the list price. We were able to negotiate a pretty substantial price drop from where they were listed at. Okay. So my clients were thrilled, got in, didn't have to compete with anyone else, got a great price for the property. We then went and did inspections. We found some things with the property. Obviously, every house has a bunch of stuff, but there was a couple of bigger things. And so we submitted what's called a request for repairs. We did some negotiation. We actually got them a credit for that. My clients are thrilled. Not only did they get a great price, they're getting a house that they love, and then they're also getting some additional funds to help with some of the repairs that are going to be done after they close escrow. So that's a story of the other end of the market. Okay. We've got this interesting dynamic. It's either kind of happens real fast right away, or it sort of sits and lingers, and then you've got kind of a seller that's ready to negotiate there. So properties can fall under anywhere in that category. All right. That was kind of all I wanted to chat with today. Or Matt, gosh, 13 minutes already. Didn't get any questions, but I'm going to keep trying this for a little while. And if you think of anything, you can leave it in the comments and I can get back to you, or feel free to reach out to me. My website is realestatewithdoug.com. Been selling real estate, helping buyers, sellers, and investors in the Sacramento area for almost 20 years now. And I'm here to help you out. If you got any questions, feel free to contact me. Hope you're having a great day. Talk to you later. Clear skies.